Welcome everyone to Midwest Tree ID. On this channel, it is my mission to help you learn an abundance of trees that grow right here in the Midwest, and some key features on how to identify them. There's just one thing to clarify before we begin. We're not going to be throwing hatred or ridiculing any of the species that we're going to be talking about. But we do, however, want to encourage thoughtful conversation in the comments about personal experiences and things like that. Please try to remember that everything has value and that we are here to enjoy nature and everything it has to offer. So without anything else, let's jump right in. Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. Today we're in Miller Park in Bloomington, Illinois, and we are talking about Picea abies, the Norway spruce. And the Norway spruce is one of the more common spruces to find in the landscape across most of the Midwest. They have much stiffer needles than some of our other spruces. But they're not quite as prickly as the Colorado blue spruce or the white spruce. The needles are typically about an inch or so long, and they're going to be somewhat rounded rather than flat like on some of the firs and maybe some of the other spruces. They're going to be pretty much solid green, and they pretty much are all single borne on one stem and run along the tops and even the bottoms of each branch. The Norway spruce, also has a very large cone. It's going to be about between 3 and 5 inches long, with these scales that open up and the seed all disperses out. And then later on throughout the winter, the cone will drop. So here we are looking at one of the close-ups of the branches. You can see how orange and kind of scaly the branches typically are, and that's pretty well consistent even into some of the older branches as well. As they get much older, they do tend to turn more of a grayish brown with a little bit of red in it. And on the spruces, most of the spruces typically are much more scaly and flaky, with hints of gray, brown, and some of this orange color that you see right here. So Norway spruces typically get quite large. You can see them reaching between 65 and 70 feet tall in the landscape. They can get even larger than that, and then about 20 to 25 feet wide at the base. And one of the things that you can notice here with the branch habit, you can see how they kind of have that pendulous, that weeping habit to them. That's very, very consistent throughout much of our Norway spruces. And some of these other ones aren't doing it quite as much as this first one here, but that is a very common trait of Norway spruce. Well, thank you everybody for joining me while we're talking about Norway spruce today, and we will see you guys next time.